On this episode of the Comic Book Review, Adventurous Ones, we're checking out now in the Absolute Universe, Absolute Superman. Welcome to the Comic Book Review. It's time we get started. Welcome back, Adventurous Ones, for a new episode of the Comic Book Review. I'm your host, as always, the master of all multiverses, and the reason why they are total and absolute shitfest. Not sorry for it, but you're welcome. And I still don't know where that southern accent suddenly came from. Anyways, I am Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, and I gotta tell you right now, Absolute Week is off to a banging start, because now we've got the Trinity. We've already told you our thoughts and reviewed on Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman. Now we're talking about the Absolute Superman. And I gotta tell you, this Superman is far different from any of the other Supermen out there. Because this one isn't afraid to kill people if necessary. And especially if they're the bad guys. But he's learning the wrong way because he wasn't raised by the Kents like our Superman was and stuff like that. Okay, this Superman is alien in origin altogether. He came to Earth still, but he came with his mom and dad, and something happened to his mother and father. And he was just practically raised out on his own and stuff. Well, he was found by the Kents. They were looking after him, trying to help him get back on his feet, help him learn to speak English and stuff. And then there is these guys called the Peacekeeper Force. Yeah, Peacemaker are the peacekeepers of this absolute universe, as they put them, okay? They're like the equivalent of what, not to get too political in it and stuff, but they're the equivalent of basically how our government in reality right now is run, okay? Where ICE used to be about just taking down drug dealers and criminals and stuff, where they're now the bullies and thugs who think they can do whatever they want and get away with it and not have to deal with the consequences. That's how these peacemaker forces are in the Absolute Universe. And basically, they kill the Kents. And it sets Superman off to a point that he practically blows up all of Smallville almost. So it's like, yeah. This universe, Absolute Universe stuff is crazy. But for Absolute Superman, it's even more crazier because he's going around on a mission now, trying to hide from the law, so to speak, and stuff. But at the same time, he's on a mission to take down all these guys. Because at one point, they were torturing some people in a village or something like that, and he reacted to it, trying to act like he's disguised or whatever, and he wiped the floor with these guys and stuff. And this Superman is far different from our Superman we know and love. Okay, he's not about truth and justice. He's about revenge. He's about justice in his own way, okay? He's kind of like the equivalent of Injustice, okay, Superman. He's tired of the bullshit, so he's going to take matters into his own hands. And that's where it's all from there. But is it a terrible read? Oh, hell no. This story kicked right off to the point that you just had to keep reading every issue. You needed to keep reading every issue. And when it happened to find out who are behind the peacemakers and stuff, the main bad guys, so to speak, it really threw things in perspective. Because not only did we find out that Ra's al Ghul, a well-known Batman enemy, and sometimes partly ally, okay, is the main villain here. But he's only one part of a main villain in this universe. The other one is Brainiac. Yeah, Brainiac is controlling everything. He's under Ra's al Ghul, but he's really the one running the show, so to speak. And Ra's al Ghul is used his army, okay, to create the Peacemaker Force, and so on and so forth. And it's just like crazy as hell. And on top of that, Lois Lane is not a reporter here. She is working for the United States government as part of the task force to take down Superman. So it's like, when she finds out how the Peacemaker Force is really and everything else in between, and basically it's unbelievable what she finds out, and how she's now seeing the Peacemaker Force as absolute pieces of human garbage, okay? That how they treat people, how they're doing these things. And eventually Lois starts turning on the corporation that she's working for under Ra's al Ghul and stuff, and is going to start helping to be allies with Superman and stuff, you know, after she learns what happened to the Kents and so on and so forth. There is so much going on in this absolute comic, this absolute universe version of Superman, that you're wondering, when is Wonder Woman and Batman going to come into it? You know, the trinity to be complete and stuff. Well, at this moment, they've not even crossed paths with one another. But apparently there are plans to have them cross over soon. And they've already done so during the DCKO event, but that's because they were under the control of Darkseid. So, yeah. But I just on this one first. Basically, Absolute Superman is awesome. It's good. And once again, just like Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman, this is meant for adults. This ain't meant for kids. This ain't meant for teenagers. Because there are mature themes in this. There are freaking violence, graphic violence, and everything else in between. There are things in here that are more meant towards the adult than they are towards a teenager or a kid. Okay, yes, it's Superman, but this is a totally different Superman. This is a Superman meant more for the adults that are into the graphic violence and all that kind of stuff, okay? And another thing, his cape is his suit. Yeah, you know, Superman always uses a phone booth or something, or he's got the suit already on and stuff. Nah, the cape is his suit. It turns him into Superman, his Superman suit and stuff, and acts totally different than any other cape and stuff. It kind of like Doctor Strange's cape, except this thing's got a voice, and it tells Superman Clark all the time, you know, or Kal-El. He's known only as Kal-El in this, not Clark, okay, because he never got the name Clark Kent, because the Kents were murdered, and he never got that name from them, okay? So, basically, Kal-El is fighting to bring order to the world that he's living on and stuff. Peace and justice, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Alright, but at the same time, he's not being seen half the time as the hero. He's being seen more as the villain. And even though he's fighting the villains. So it's like, it gets a little crazy sometimes. And the latest issue had him fighting Hawkman. Absolute Hawkman. What? Yeah, now there's an Absolute Hawkman. And apparently the Absolute Universe isn't done with just these certain ones that are out there right now and stuff. There's going to be an Absolute Green Arrow coming up. There's supposed to be an Absolute, possibly an Absolute Suicide Squad going on and stuff. Because there is an Absolute Suicide Squad that's introduced. Okay? But they're the good guys. They become the Justice League of the Absolute Universe. And I says, what? The villains are the good guys? Yeah, that's how the Absolute Universe is crazy, people. That the villains form the Justice League and are the good guys. It's crazy beyond crazy, but it's freaking amazing how this is all working. Now, is Absolute Superman worth the read? Abso-freaking-lutely. You do not want to miss a single thing about this story. The first 6 issues are amazing for that first 6 story arc. Okay, but there's also the next big story arc that was going on, and there's so much happening in this universe that you don't want to miss out on. Now again, if it's one of those that after you've watched our review and you want to get in on it yourself, we'll post a link down in the description below to Amazon, because I believe both Volume 1 and 2 of Absolute Superman are out now in graphic novel. So you can get the collected editions, basically. They're collected editions either way you look at it. But you can get them without having to hunt down all the issues and stuff. And read the stories for yourself, because I am blown away by this. The minute I heard there's going to be Absolute Brainiac, there's going to be Ra's al Ghul, and so on and so forth, I was hooked. I says, oh, I got to read this. We've got to frickin' read this comic. We got to frickin' read this now. Okay, I've been hooked on it. I still get it in my monthly pull every month. All the Absolute titles I get every month. And that's how hooked I am on this comic series. So, is it worth the time to read for you guys? Or is it one of those that you sit back and go, not my Superman, I'll stick with my Superman? Let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss on anything we got coming up on this channel in 2026. There's always more on the way. You never know what's going to be on the channel unless you hit the bell and set it to all. And if you want to be a part of our April giveaway going on right now, videos up right now on the channel. Head over there, follow the rules of it, put in the hashtag Road to 1K, and you are entered in for your chance to win a $10 gift card of your choice. Okay, of your choosing. Meaning that you want it from Target, Walmart, Amazon, so on and so forth. We can make it happen. We're going to make it happen for you, and it'll be your win, and it'll be a $10 gift card. So, there you go. You're getting something cool, and you get something that you could use to buy something cool. Maybe even the graphic novel of Superman. Absolute Superman. Yeah? Anyways, you got till April 28th. 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to be entered into the giveaway. Because on the 29th, I begin taking names, putting them into the duck race, making sure everybody followed the rules, and so on and so forth. And then we'll pick us a winner and see who the April giveaway is going to be on April 30th. Pretty interesting, huh? Thanks, Adventurous ones. Until the next Izzy Up and Away review. Peace out. May the force be with all of you. And every last one of y'all have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. And be smart out there, people. Don't listen to stupid shit, and don't do stupid shit that's going to get you badly hurt or 6 feet in the ground forever, alright? Use your brains up in your heads. Get them safely to the people that love and care about you the most, alright? And every single chance you have, you let them know how much you love and care for them in return, alright? Because you could walk out that damn door one day, say, I'll see you later, and you might not be coming back. Or they might walk out that door one day and they'll say, you know, I love you or something like that. You don't say anything to them and stuff, and you say, oh, I'll just tell them later and stuff. You might not have that chance. So whatever chances you have, use them wisely. Let those people know how much you love and care for them in return. Because we're not living in safe times anymore, people, and there are no more second chances. Use them wisely and be smart about it. Until then, Take care. God bless to all of you out there. Please remain safe. And we'll see you all later.